Easily the most iconic space superiority fighter ever employed by the Colonial Fleet, the Colonial Viper Mark II was brought into service a short few months into the First Cylon War, and was designed to supersede the Mark I Vipers that previously served as the fleet's mainstay. During the war, the fighter earned substantial renown, seeing multiple deployments under Rear Admiral Lucinda Kane in the early years of the conflict, and later playing a pivotal role in both the Ghost Fleet Offensive and Operation Raptor Talon. The standard Mark II is 8.4 meters in length and 2.7 meters high. The fighter's long, sleek profile, coupled with its powerful RCS thrusters, afford the craft incredible agility, allowing it to reorient through 180 degrees vertically in 0.35 seconds. And when pushed to its maximum potential, the ship's maneuverability is limited only by what its human pilot can endure before blacking out. The three large rear-facing engines allow the Viper to accelerate at 6 to 7 Gs, and its powerful weapons loadout includes two 30mm mass accelerator cannons and space for 8 Lightning Javelin missiles. The fighter can also be outfitted to carry a single 50 megaton nuclear warhead should the situation demand it. Mark IIs, like all Vipers, are deployed into combat through magnetic launch tubes laid into the hull of a battlestar or smaller warship, allowing squadrons of standby pilots to be scrambled in seconds if the mothership comes under attack. Though fully capable of atmospheric flight, the Viper was primarily designed to perform flawlessly in zero gravity. The ship's RCS can be placed under computer control, allowing the fighter to automatically arrest its momentum and fly through space as though it were in a planet's atmosphere. But this system is often disabled by pilots so as to perform complex uncoupled maneuvers. Using manually controlled RCS, a pilot can build momentum along a particular vector before inverting their craft to fire at a pursuing hostile without changing course. In the 10th year of the Cylon War, the Colonial Fleet began the slow process of withdrawing the Mark II from service, gradually replacing the fighter with the newer Viper Mark III. But the Mark II would see service again 40 years later, at the outbreak of the Second Cylon War. 80 of the now antiquated Viper Mark IIs survived the Cylon Holocaust in the port flight pod of the Battlestar Galactica, which had previously been converted into a museum. And after the Galactica's lead squadron of Viper Mark VIIs was destroyed in a Cylon cyber warfare attack, the older Vipers were liberated from the museum and brought back into working order. The simple computers and analog controls of the older fighters made them impervious to the computer viruses employed by the Cylons, and these Mark IIs went on to serve the fleet with distinction for 4 years throughout the exodus to Earth, protecting the human population time and again from Cylon attack. During the journey, Viper Mark IIs were issued to the majority of Colonial Fleet pilots, with the sparsely available Viper Mark VIIs being reserved for captains and senior flight officers. After the arrival of the Battlestar Pegasus, the Viper Mark II's schematics were added to the Pegasus databanks so that the ship's foundries could be used to construct more fighters, though due to the sparsity of resources, the privilege was normally reserved for the far newer and more advanced Viper Mark VII. Many Mark II Vipers remained on active duty even to the very end of the journey, taking part in the final attacks on the Cylon Resurrection Hub and later the colony itself. The last remaining Vipers were scuttled along with the rest of the Colonial Fleet upon reaching Earth, with the very last Viper in existence, Viper Nebula 7242 Constellation, being ceremonially launched from the Galactica by its wartime pilot, Admiral William Adama, before the fleet was scuttled. Thank you for watching Spacedock. Please remember to like, subscribe and share for more science fiction spacecraft summaries. If you enjoy the channel, why not consider pledging your support on Patreon? For just $1 a month, you'll be able to access the Spacedock schedule to see what's coming up.